there, Grateful Gang. It is Lauren here with Gratefully Living the Chronic Life. As much as I am a hot mess every week, this week may just top the cake. I have somehow the broadcast was scheduled for tomorrow, Friday, my time at 4 p.m. So that is why I am late coming to you. I appreciate you bearing with us. Come to you each week, this time on Thursday, not Friday, at least not my time. Unfortunately had issues syncing up LinkedIn. So for anybody that may be looking for us on LinkedIn, I will post the YouTube video later. But anyway, thank you for being with us at this very special time. You will not regret being here at this special time because I have a very special guest who I booked several months ago. Her name is Dr. Lilian Jans-Beken. She's from the Netherlands, and our time difference is significant enough that 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is just not ideal for her. But she has done extensive work in the field of gratitude. She has a new book out called A Search for Gratitude. I cannot wait to introduce her to all of you. So thank you for being here at this special time. If it is your first time here, welcome. We are an interactive and very laid back episode, trust me. So please feel free to input your comments, questions. We field questions. I try to get as many comments and questions on the screen as possible. So Lilian, our guest today, is her book especially is a perfect marriage of the emotional, spiritual, wellness benefits of gratitude she marries it with her extensive scientific research into the field of gratitude. So if you ever needed proof that gratitude is not just a woo-woo type thing, you're going to get it today. So before I bring her on, let me share a few things with you. For those of you that may be new, I run a group on Facebook called Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain. And you do not need to have chronic physical pain to join us. Or for anybody with any kind of pain, emotional, physical, spiritual, really, we incorporate techniques into the group, such as mindfulness, setting intentions, and of course, gratitude. It's really using gratitude to help us move forward through our struggles in life with joy and intention. And who can't use that? So please feel free to join our Facebook group if you're not a member. You can also find me at gratitudeaddict.com. If you are watching from inside Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain, you need to sign in, streamyard.com/Facebook. If you want to see your name and profile photo on the screen, if you're commenting, and if you want to win a prize, and I am giving away a free digital copy of Lilian's book, A Search for Gratitude today. If you have a Kindle, giving away a free copy. All you need to do to win a copy of the book is type in at some point in the comments, #gratitude, and we'll do a drawing for that at the end of the episode. So please feel free, please make sure if you're in the group, you sign in. Otherwise, it will not pick up on that because we are a private group. Next week, we are back at the regular time. I have back-to-back doctors. So we've got Dr. Lilian with us today. Next week is Dr. Carrie Howells is coming back with us, the author of Untangling You, How Can I Be Grateful When I Feel So Resentful? She will be with us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think that is all I've got. I don't want to take up too much time because I told Lilian in an email yesterday, it's going to be one of those episodes where I wish I had 6 hours with her, and I do not. So let us bring her on. Dr. Lilian Jans-Beken. I'm pronouncing that correctly, right?
It's very well, very well.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for being here all the way from the Netherlands. It's an honor to have you talking to my audience about gratitude.
It's my pleasure. I like talking about gratitude, so no problem at all.
So your name has, I don't want to say it's haunted me because that's a terrible choice of words, but I am not a science person at all. In fact, if you had asked me, my worst subject in school was science. I just don't get it. I want to get it. I just don't get it. Never really cared before. I came to gratitude by post-traumatic growth first, and saw the benefits, felt the benefits, lived the benefits. The science really has come to me much later, and I love it because it gives me scientific proof that it's not just some kind of a new agey type thing. So, your name has come up on numerous studies that, and then I think I hooked up with you on LinkedIn, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes?
Yes, I guess it was
Yes.
LinkedIn that we connected. I'm not sure, maybe through some other gratitude person on there because there are lots of them.
There are. There are. I
Yeah.
I hesitated joining LinkedIn for a long time because I always thought it was, corporate professional people, and I don't consider myself that, but I was amazed at how many other gratitude people there are on there, and you being one of them. If there's somebody with gratitude in the name, I jump right on them and ask to connect with them. But then you posted about your new book, which is called A Search for Gratitude.
Yes.
And because I assumed it was in Dutch, which it is, but then you informed me that there is an English version. So I downloaded it right away, and I've had it since, I think, since before Christmas. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. But before we get into that, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, how you got into gratitude? You've got a really interesting backstory.
Yes, yes, I do, and I'll make sure I tell you the short version. So we have lots of time to talk about gratitude. I met my husband, and within 3 months, I lived with him. So, and I used to be a truck driver. So when I got to live with him, sometimes he joined me in my truck, and then we drove. And one night we were talking about school, and he said, "Did you like school?" And I said, "No, I hated school, but I was a good student, but I just hated school." And then he paused a few moments, and then he said to me, "Why aren't you going to study, go to a university or something, and then I'll provide for us?" So I was 36 by that time, so I thought, well, I left because that was a stupid idea. But he planted a seed in my head, and it stuck there quite some time. And a few years later, I did apply to university. I started studying psychology, and my husband provided. He made sure that we could pay the bills and could do the groceries, and he was always very happy to do so. And he supported me with my studies.
Nice husband. Very
Yeah, a
kind
really
husband.
nice one.
And you previously had a high school degree, like I don't know what
Yeah.
the equivalent is.
No, I was a dropout.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
would think
really. I never
that's
finished school.
even more inspiring. Okay, continue.
No, I dropped out of school when I was 15 or something. So,
Wow.
and I've been working since then. So it was also quite odd to not be being, contributing to the household. So that was not really feministic.
I love it. I love it.
But I did it, and a few years into my studies, I was just having a cup of tea, and suddenly it hit me that through the kindness of my husband and his efforts and his love and his support, I was able to go on a path in life that was imaginable. And I felt really, really, my heart was overflowing. That was the words I put on there. But at first I didn't know what feeling that was. So
Mhm.
as a psychology student, that was really fascinating, feeling something and don't know. I didn't know what it was. So I discovered that was gratitude, and I thought this is really great. This is wonderful. It made me happy. It made me feel loving towards my husband. It connected really, and I thought I want to study this.
Now, is there an equivalent word in Dutch to gratitude? Does it translate pretty directly? Because I know some languages don't.
No, in English you have gratitude, grateful, and appreciation.
Hmm.
Uh, no, gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation. There are the three.
Yeah.
And in Dutch is just dankbaar. There's
Dun,
just one word.
Dunbar? Dunbar?
Dankbaar. Yeah.
Dankbar. Okay.
Yeah.
Dankbar.
So that's not really.
It works. If,
It works. It works. Yeah,
whatever the
definitely. So,
feeling is.
yeah, and I started studying it, and my professor, she offered me to do a PhD. And well, I'm from a blue collar family, so I didn't know what it was at that time, but I already had said yes. And after that, I discovered what it meant.
So you must have been a good student if she's offering you a PhD.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I learned during my studies at the university that I'm a gifted person. That is why I didn't like school. I was bored at school because
Oh.
it was all too easy.
Hmm.
But it was in a time that wasn't at the top of the head of teachers, stuff like that. So
You just didn't
that's
go far enough where it was challenging, right? I'm glad your husband
no,
pushed
I was
you.
really bored. Yeah, and I know in primary school I stole the books from higher grades.
Oh,
So
really?
I was so bored. I snuck into other classrooms and then I took books and to read stuff like that. I was also always in the library reading. So yeah,
That's
that's what
inspiring.
was happening. But I discovered that when I was beyond 40. So.
So there's a chapter in my new book, the 52-week intention journal, that I call Bloom Where You're Planted.
Mhm.
And, a lot of people, like I'm 52 years old. A lot of people around
Me
my
too.
age think, we're the same age?
I'm
Excellent. I love
also
it. We're
52. Yeah.
gratitude twins.
Yeah.
A lot of people our age think that it's too late to find your life's purpose, and that I really should have gone to college a long time ago, and it's really too late for me to find something new. But you you went back to school at age what, 39? You said.
Yeah. 39. I started, and when I was 40, it's now 4 years ago, so 48, I got my PhD.
That's amazing. That's really
Yeah.
inspiring. For people to think that
If there is something that you have a passion for or a real deep interest, why not?
right,
Time is passing anyway.
right, right. So
Don't have to do anything about that. Time is passing anyway. It's what you
that's
are
a
doing in that time.
That's a good way to look at it. That's a really good way to look at it. The time is
Yeah.
passing anyway, so how can we use our time? Do what you love, right?
Yeah.
So you were so overwhelmed by this feeling of appreciation
Yeah.
toward your husband, and you were already studying psychology. You wanted to look more into that, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and I did.
So I know your doctoral dissertation was on gratitude, but you studied what? You have your doctorate is in positive psychology? Is that right?
Yes, it's based in positive psychology. Gratitude is a main subject in positive psychology.
Right, right.
And I looked into the relationship between gratitude and mental health. So that
Right.
was what I've been looking into for 4 years.
And what were your fellow students, colleagues thinking of you wanting to look into gratitude? Were they, um, because I've heard other PhDs who specialize in gratitude say that, they were kind of brushed off thinking that it's not really a real thing. Was that the case with you too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was just picking up at that time. Now it's really big, and everyone is studying gratitude.
it
Sometimes
is. Yeah. Yeah.
I get questions to peer review other scientific articles, and then when I see the topic, I think, well, you don't have to write about that. There are 100 studies already done, and we
Yeah, they're
know
all done by you.
not all of them, not all of them, but
Your name is
it's
attached to a lot of them. Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, when I started my group Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain 8 years ago, there were some studies, but not
yeah,
that many. But yeah, you're right. It's really exploded, and it makes me very happy. I'm seeing it used to be just women joining my group, and it is still primarily women, but I'm starting to see more men, and that makes me very happy because I
yeah.
think men didn't think of gratitude as a real thing.
Yeah, that is when I wanted to write my book, A Search for Gratitude. Um, I posted on Facebook who wants to share their story with me, and I had hundreds of women who wanted to share their story about gratitude. No men at all.
None. Wow.
So I had to look for them. I really had to look for them. And with one of the with two of them, I had a really good connection. One was the man who received a donor heart.
Right.
Uh, yeah, and
Yeah,
I
tell us
thought,
that story if you could.
well,
So
that
your book, let me show the book again. It's called A Search for Gratitude. It's available on Kindle, and we're giving away a free copy today. If you have a Kindle or an e-reader, I will. You can have a free copy. Just put hashtag gratitude in the comments at some point. But the book is a compilation of true stories
yes,
that you share of people expressing their gratitude through all kinds of situations, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a diverse topics in my book. But my first idea to write the book was I have been studying gratitude with numbers and means and averages and stuff like that. And I really wanted to have a face of gratitude. Who is behind gratitude, and what are the stories behind those findings that gratitude helps to enhance your mental well-being.
Right.
So I was looking for people to interview, and I interviewed 15 or 20, and 13 got into the book. So I have one man who received a donor heart, and with him I also talked about why is that men don't share their gratitude. And he says, well, men are socialized to be the provider, the protector. um, it's not um, it's a sign of weakness when you reach out for help,
Right.
or when someone else reaches out to you to offer your help, and then do you say yes or do you say no? And he says, but you need strength and humility to accept gratitude,
Yeah.
accept help, and feel grateful for it. You have to be very strong. So also men benefit very much from gratitude.
They do, and I'm glad they're beginning to see that. I just want to put up Lillian's website on occasion. So it's Lilian Jans-Beken.nl. There is an option to convert it to English once you get there if you need English. Um, but yes, you're right. I encountered that same issue when I was researching my first book, the 5 Minute Gratitude Journal for Teen Boys, and the teens have teen and boy, just those two things in particular were difficult
Yeah.
with gratitude. But what I found through my research, which isn't scientific like yours, it's just my own research, was that teens are just kind of testing out being adults. They
Yeah.
don't want to feel like they owe anybody anything. They think they
Yes.
can do it all on their own, and so admitting that somebody does something nice for them can be tricky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something I hear from younger students when I lecture about gratitude at universities and stuff. Then I hear back that they say that I've never thought about gratitude. That's something I get a lot. But also, they don't want to express gratitude because then they get a feeling that they owe someone
Right.
something. And they are already very busy and a lot of pressure. And then I have to also think about doing something back. So yeah,
Right.
that's something what I get back from younger people. Yeah.
Because they think it's transactional.
Yeah,
And
it needs to
gratitude
be
is,
transactional.
yeah,
It
right.
can be, but it is not necessary.
Right. Right. Um, so I just want to give an example of some of your studies, and I just pulled up a couple, gang. I only pulled up a couple. This one is a semi-recent one, a perspective on mature gratitude as a way of coping with COVID-19.
Yes.
And I want to get back to that because there's so much to unpack here. Embracing complexity beyond systems medicine, a new approach to chronic immune disorders. That one, I guess, is in gratitude, but I wanted to talk to you about that one. Gratitude, this one's really interesting. Gratitude and loneliness in adults over 40 years old, examining the role of psychological flexibility and engaged living. Gratitude and health, and the dialectic dynamics between trait gratitude, subjective well-being, and psychopathology across 30 weeks. This is a high school dropout who was doing these things. I think you found your calling, Lilian, for sure.
Yeah, I really like doing that. Yeah.
And now you work with the Thriving Human Science Center, but you're really a freelance type researcher. You do this on your own for the most part, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. And I have a couple of collaborations. But due to the COVID, everything is a bit, how do you say that? Um, it came to a standstill.
Ricky, stand still.
Yeah,
Yes, you got it. You got it.
yeah, yeah. But it's late
She's worried
already
that her
here.
English isn't good, and I'm like, your English is better than my English. She does just fine.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
I hope it will pick up again this year to study new things with gratitude with other researchers across the world. That's the great stuff with internet and Zoom and
mhm,
stuff like that. Teams, you can meet with people all over the world. So that's
true.
wonderful.
Connection, right? You and
Yes,
I have talked about connection. I believe the reason why my group means so much to me is I believe that gratitude and connection is kind of the secret sauce to living, a life of joy. And you sent me this graphic the other day. Gratitude is coping and connection.
yes.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, what you say, connection, gratitude, when you feel grateful for another person, that person will have you in his head. And when there is a moment that you are in need of something, they can pitch in and repay what they have done for you. So
Yep.
there is when some when you feel grateful, there is uh, a switch in your head that's pull. It's a put on, and then as soon as you see that someone else is in need of something, that's very. Then you want to pay back. You want to help out, reach out, and make sure that the other person is also okay.
It's contagious, isn't it?
It's very much contagious,
Yeah.
and not only to the person who has helped you, but also to other people who are not connected at all. When I have received, what shall I say, flowers. And then I think, oh, that's wonderful to receive flowers. And I'll go shopping and I see flowers. Think, I buy some flowers for my mother or something. So it's upward spiral. So
You want
it's
to pay it forward, right?
reciprocity is
Yeah,
not
right.
only targeted at the first person, but also other persons.
It's definitely it's a feel good. I love to feel good, which is challenging for somebody who lives with chronic pain,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
I have to find other ways to feel good. I can't drink anymore because that didn't go well 9 years ago at all. But gratitude feels good, and it feeds off of itself, doesn't it? The more I practice it, the more grateful I am. So I know we could talk for hours about your studies, but you mentioned about gratitude and mental health, which
Yeah.
is obviously what I try to help people with. And many people in my audience live with some kind of a chronic health condition, chronic pain. So, you know, tell us about your research. What have you found to be true as far as how can gratitude help us, with our emotional well-being?
Yeah, first of all, I want to explain a bit about how positive psychology sees mental health. Positive psychology works with a dual continuum model. You have one continuum that is the presence or the absence of psychopathologies, depression, schizophrenia,
Mhm.
anxieties, addictions, stuff like that. Those are diseases. But you also have the vertical dimension, and that's mental well being. And that's do you feel positive? Are you having meaningful connections? Do you have a purpose in life? So when you have a disease such as a depression or anxiety, and you have low mental well-being,
Mm.
you are also very pessimistic, you are lonely, you don't have work or something, then you are worse off than someone who has a depression but is able to feel joy, has meaningful connections, has a job or something, or is connected to a church. Um, that person is better off. So, what really important is the mental well-being dimension continuum. That's the most important one because my study shows that gratitude does not decrease a depression or anxiety, but it does enhance your mental well-being.
Right.
So you still need a therapy for
Sure.
depressions or schizophrenia or whatever, but you can also work on your mental well-being, and gratitude can help you there very much, together with all the other wonderful emotions. Don't focus only on gratitude, but
Right.
also on optimism, kindness. Yeah, you name it. Compassion is also very important.
Hmm.
So use a mix to enhance your mental well-being, and then you are better able to cope with whatever life throws at you.
That's a great way to describe it.
Is
Yeah.
it a depression, a chronic illness? It doesn't matter. It helps you to be more psychological, flexible.
Right.
So
Right.
that
So all those diseases, even like say, fibromyalgia, it's a disease. You have the disease. Gratitude's not going to cure your fibromyalgia, so it's not going to cure clinical depression or any of that stuff. But it sure will help your, your emotional well-being. Right. It'll help it
yes,
along and
and that
help it.
helps you cope with the disease that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And will help to offset that negativity bias that we all
Yeah,
have so much. Right.
yeah, we all have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me too.
Um, so when people practice gratitude, how do you recommend what would be your optimal recommendation for practicing gratitude? I know there's so many different ways, but I usually tell people it requires maintenance, regular maintenance. It's not just something you do on occasion. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. It should be part of your daily life. So the gratitude journal is a wonderful tool to practice gratitude. But I also know that not everyone is keen on writing,
Hmm.
or writing at a laptop or something. But if you're a creative person, you can also draw a gratitude journal. Or when you like to make pictures with your smartphone, you can have a WhatsApp group and agree together to uh, post one picture a day for what you are grateful for.
Yep.
Then you also share your gratitudes. Gratitude is just as other positive emotions, very contagious. So that's a wonderful way to feel gratitude, practice gratitude, and share gratitude.
Shared is even more powerful, isn't it? I
Yes.
know, I had Dr. Fuchsia Sirwa from the UK on a few times, and she is a gratitude researcher as well, and she really kind of put it in my head that gratitude is a wonderful and very powerful thing, but when it's shared, it's even more so,
Yeah.
where that community and connection comes in as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to neglect our live viewers. Let's say hi to a few of them. I see a lot of people. Make sure you guys spell gratitude correctly if you're entering to win the contest, because otherwise it won't pick up. Let's see. We've got Linda here. Hello, Linda. Thanks for being here. Hi, Heidi. Thank you guys all for being here at this special time. Hi, thank you and your guests for being here. Hi, Linda. Um, Hopefully I'm signed in correctly. Apologies, I haven't checked. You don't, if you're watching from YouTube, you don't have to worry about signing in at all. It's really just from inside Attitude of Gratitude with chronic pain. Nobody else has to sign up. Hi, Jill. Thanks for being here. Aha, figured it out. I was on the wrong device. Is Lillian's book available in English on Audible? Thank you.
I don't know what Audible is, but on my
Audible.
website you can see where my book is available. It's on
Yeah.
Amazon and Script, and I don't know, Smashwords, a lot of
Audible is
places.
when it's read to you, when somebody's reading it to you is what Audible is. So you don't have
Uh, a listen where you can
right,
listen to the book. No, I did. I don't have that one.
not yet. I'll read it to you, Shelley. I'll read it to you.
Oh, okay.
Um, Heidi says, "Hi, Heidi. That looks like an interesting book. It is. It's wonderful." Oh, got a fellow gratitude spreader here. IJ McIntyre is going to be on next month. Delighted to be able to join this live today. Thank you, Lorian and Lily. Lauren, I combined Lauren and Lillian. Lauren and Lillian just grabbed my copy of A Search for Gratitude on my Kindle. Great. IJ's got a book called, where is she? This is her book. She's going to be on next month, The Grateful Way. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
that
are
looks interesting.
connected yet, but I can definitely connect you. She's got a wonderful TED Talk on gratitude as well.
Pretty,
Um,
yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. Who else we got? Sarah's here. Oh yes, gratitude writing, drawing, and a photo journal for sure. Um, I also love to encourage people to get a gratitude buddy. Some people just will text back and forth with somebody. What are you grateful for each day?
Yeah,
But
you can do that in a WhatsApp
yeah,
group or by email or a Facebook group or
Facebook
whatever.
group like Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain is a really good
Such
one.
one, yeah.
Oh, Karen Lerner's here. Hi. Thank you so much, ladies, for today's webinar. Gratitude has made all the difference to me during my journey dealing with pain syndromes and chronic autoimmune disorders, especially through this pandemic. Having worked in the medical field for decades, I have now learned to receive from others rather than feel great fulfillment in giving. That's difficult, I know. I
Yeah.
am therefore extremely grateful too for my son and my medical team that have supported me through my journey. I agree positivity is extremely important. It looks like you've got some more to say there. Thanks for being here, Karen. Nice seeing you. Lots of people entering to win the book. Thank you all for being here. We got a great turnout for this special time, but I definitely did
Sorry, guys.
play it up. Dr. Gratitude we've got here from the Netherlands. So let's get back to how did you decide to write the book, or did you always know you wanted to write a book like this?
No, not really. But as I said, it was all those numbers and statistics, and it was really, actually, it's really dry. And I really wanted to hear from the people who lived their life. Some of them experienced great adversity,
Mhm.
terrible things, and how gratitude can help them. That was, yeah, I really wanted to put that in a book. And first I wrote it in Dutch, of course. And last December I translated it myself. So bear with me if it's not
No, you did a good
everywhere
job.
very.
You did a very good job.
So, and now it's available throughout the world in English, and I receive very nice comments. Some people really recognize themselves in certain stories. Not all stories are very appealing to you, but I really wanted to put in there different stories from men and women, people who haven't experienced great adversity, but also who people who really have to deal with terrible things, even spiritual and religious experiences, because that's also connected to gratitude.
Mhm.
So I'm not a religious person at all, but I
No, me
really
neither.
love the story about the monk that's in there, how he talks about gratitude. That was a really inspiring afternoon when I went to the monastery to interview him.
Yeah, tell
There's
us
a
a little bit
special,
more about that one. I like that one.
yeah,
So
I never was in a monastery before, so that was already very impressing. It was really quiet, and all those men in robes.
mhm,
But he was really talkative, and he had some wonderful expressions, such as he talks about a bucket of love. But when he experienced God, the bucket didn't overflow, but it was as if there was an ocean in there. So it was not just overflowing, it was really big. So he had really nice metaphors. Also, when he gets up every morning, he thanks Jesus. He has a cross in his room, but sometimes he's traveling, and then he keeps looking for a cross. As he says, it's even enough when my windows are closed, no, curtains are closed, and the sun is coming through. That's, to me, is that the light and the love from Jesus I'm grateful for. And then I can start my grateful day. So it's a really, really inspiring story. Also, when you're not a believer in God or Jesus or something like that.
they're all wonderful. I think that's one of the reasons why I love your book is they're broken up into stories that um, maybe you don't relate a whole lot to one, but you will to at least one. I mean, they're really nice stories, and you really did do a beautiful job of incorporating gratitude from all sorts of different
Yeah.
areas. I like that a lot. Let me show the book again for any of you that may have been joining late. It's called A Search for Gratitude, and where did it go? There it is, and a beautiful picture of you on the cover. Very nice. It just came out in January. Um, so it's pretty new, but and coming as somebody who lives with chronic pain and illness, often reading a book cover to cover is difficult. So I like that you can pick up your book, read a story, and put it down, and you can kind of jump all over with the stories too, which is
Yeah,
nice.
that was my intention.
Yeah.
But I received several times messages that people said it's a really page turner, but it shouldn't be a page turner. You should read a story a night and then go to sleep gratefully. So, and there is a bit of science in there, a bit of explanation in one chapter, and at the end, the chapter where I connect the science to the stories.
That's a really good segue because you brought up something that we spoke about the first time we met. You explained to me about trait gratitude versus existential gratitude. Can you explain what that is and how it pertains to us?
Yeah, you have a slide of mature
Oh, yes,
gratitude,
I do, as a matter of
existential
fact. I
gratitude.
forgot all about that. Yes,
I
here
didn't.
it is.
So this is something that I'm working on. This is my idea, so it's not scientifically based yet. But I think that mature gratitude has two dimensions. One is the horizontal dimension where you can be grateful for the things here and now on earth. And being grateful for prosperity is the most easy part. When you receive help or you receive a gift or something, that's really easy. But you can also be grateful for adversity, the lessons you learn from things that happen to you, um, the things you learn from encountering people that are hurtful. Um, there are all kinds of things that you can be grateful for here and now on earth. But I think there is also a vertical dimension to gratitude. And that's to the stuff we can't feel, we can't hear, we can't touch. You can call it spiritual gratitude or gratitude to God, artistic gratitude, the feeling you get from music, from watching art, but also the gratitude you feel when you are in nature. When you walk through a beautiful forest or you are on a mountain, you feel very small and you see the stars or the sunset or something, then you realize that you are part of a bigger piece.
Mhm.
You're not alone. You're not alone, and not everything evolves around you. That's a transcendence. I think that that's also a part of gratitude.
I think it has to be, doesn't it? Because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I view gratitude as you can't really express gratitude if you think that you're the be all end all. You're kind of expressing gratitude to something, whatever you call it, whether it's
Yeah,
God or
yeah,
nature or
yeah,
whatever, right? Do you agree?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really agree that when you express gratitude, you realize that there are others that think that you are worth it to give something or to do something for. You are worth it to receive help and love and gifts and stuff like that.
So there's when we're feeling gratitude,
Mhm.
it's not necessarily the same kind of gratitude each time. Is that what you're explaining here with this chart that
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that feeling grateful for a bouquet is totally different from feeling grateful for receiving a heart.
Yeah, that's a good point. A little bit different, right? Or just being having a really good day and just feeling gratitude because you're having a good
Yeah,
day, or in my case, grateful for a second chance at life. I mean, I always have that no matter what my day is like. I always have that. So that is very interesting. Again, I'm not a scientific minded person at all, but when it comes to gratitude, I love it because I love being able to show people that, yeah, this great feeling you have, there is scientific backing to it. So the
yeah.
one of your I want to talk about all of your studies. I know we don't have enough time, but tell us about the study, A Perspective on Mature Gratitude as a Way of Coping with COVID-19. Tell us about that study if you could.
Um, yes, there. That's one of the first articles where I introduced mature gratitude and connected to all the known studies related to gratitude to God, transcendence, and also connect that to the things that happened during the COVID-19 pandemic, such as being limited in social contact. We all need social contact, but we had to limit that. And science shows that although people are not physically with us, you can still feel grateful for them when you connect to them through smartphones or laptops or talking through windows, stuff like that. If you wanted it, there was connection. You could have and we couldn't have physical connection. That would be lovely, but we had to refrain from that.
Right.
And thanks to that, we didn't get sick. And
Right.
yeah.
And so you were showing what gratitude did for people as a way to cope with COVID. And so was that related to the amount that they connected with others through Zoom and those other platforms?
Yeah, also, yeah.
So you really feel that gratitude and connection really go hand in hand as well, or at least they empower each other to do that. That's good to hear.
Yeah, also in relationships, when you're married, when you don't have to express gratitude every day to your spouse, but when he does the dishes for you, that's wonderful. Say thank you, and don't take it for granted that someone takes out the trash or cleans the bathroom or stuff like that. Just say thank you to one another, and then he is also more, how do you say that, willing to do it again. And when I see that he is doing something that he doesn't like, I am more willing to do something for him to help him out. So that reciprocity works really well also in romantic relationships.
And we can forget to do that, can't we? We can forget we take it for granted.
Especially the people who are close to us.
Right.
We take them for granted that they are here, but you shouldn't.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Ellen says, I post Facebook gratitude photos and belong to an email gratitude group. Daily practice definitely helps.
Yes.
And this is somebody from in the group who wasn't able to sign in. If I want to enhance my gratitude, where is a good place to start? Great question.
Enhance gratitude. Well, it's a great question. How can you enhance it?
Enjoy attitude. I would say enjoy or join attitude of gratitude with chronic pain, but clearly you're already a member. So
yes, then you can share gratitude, but also try to be grateful for the adversity and the more difficult stuff.
What about somebody who has a really difficult time with it, with finding gratitude? I know that it gets easier with practice, and I know that it's the times where we're really not feeling all that grateful were the most important times to practice it. But do you have any suggestions for people that really just have a difficult time finding it?
Don't make it too big. First of all, gratitude can be too big of a word. Start by expressing what makes you happy.
I like that. That's
so.
You're simplifying.
I'm happy that I'm getting out of bed. Don't use the word gratitude yet, because that can a pressure to feel something big, but it hasn't. It doesn't need to be big. gratitude can be very, very small, and you can also define it as, I'm happy that I woke up this morning. I'm happy that the sun is shining. Really, really small.
I never thought about that before. That's a really excellent point, because it can be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
in the group.
really big, especially people from certain religious groups. They are raised with the rules that you have to be grateful always. Even when someone has died, they have to be grateful that they lived. But no, someone has died, so you have to. It's okay to be sad.
Of course, yeah.
It's okay to mourn. So don't put those negative feelings away, because they all have a function.
Right.
Negative emotions have their function, and positive emotions have their function. So we all need them.
Yeah, we have to feel those feels in order to heal, right?
Yeah.
Somebody at
Absolutely.
last week's broadcast, actually, I forget exactly her statement, but she feels like she's not feeling all that grateful, and she feels like she's doing something wrong. And I told her she wasn't. So simplifying it, like you said, that's a great suggestion, Lilian. Thank you for that. Just starting with what you're happy with at the moment. A lot less pressure. In the group, I post a daily. It's a meditation, but I don't call it a meditation. I call it a breath break. It's only 5 minutes, because I think meditation is a lot of pressure. People think if their mind wanders, they're doing something wrong. You can say that same thing for gratitude. If they're not feeling grateful, they feel they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Let's see who else we've got here. Somebody's comment here. I can't get to it. I've really enjoyed this broadcast. Thank you for providing this. You are welcome.
You're very welcome.
So, speaking of connection, so Lilian emailed me a couple weeks ago about this new, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me, platform that she has found for connecting people. So I'm going to share that with you and see if you can take us through it. So I thought it might actually be good for those of us in AOG. So tell us, what is this?
What you see is a Gather Town, and it's a 2D type game thing. Let me just make my screen a bit bigger. So when Lauren is walking around.
Am I?
Yeah, you are now close to me. We cannot.
There I am.
Our cameras won't work because they are active in StreamYard.
Oops, what did I just do? Oh, shoot. Let me try to share it again. It sounds very interesting the way you describe it. So it's a way for people to connect.
It's the next best thing to live contact. So you can walk around. Oh, I have to go here. I can walk around. See, I can walk up to you. Follow me.
Where'd I go? Oh, I haven't played video games in a very. Why am I not? I'm on a camel or a horse or something.
So, and when you approach a person, then you can talk to them by video and a microphone. When I walk away, then the video disconnects, and then you can walk up to somebody else. So I have this room here. This is my gratitude metaverse. There are exercises. This is the dance floor. You can dance. See how I'm happy dancing. You can have a seat with some people. You can talk about something. And when you want to hop over to another table, you just go there and go talk to somebody else. And you won't hear that other conversation anymore.
So it's like a house, so people can have separate side conversations.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's possible. And when something becomes yellow, such as the document on the table, you can press X. And in this case, you get the rules for gratitude on a roll.
And this is all free, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
this is
free
free
up
up to.
to 25 people.
Okay. So it might be something fun for, well, for anybody, of course, but any in the group, if you're looking to have some fun and connect with people, and we're not having our live chats, it might be something fun. What do you find the benefits of it are, other than just another way of connecting with people, right?
Well, what I do here is sometimes I give lectures because I can get up on a stage and then I can talk to a lot of people. I also use it, I'm a teacher, I'm a psychology teacher, and I have a room like this with separate rooms where students can go in, work together, and I can walk all those rooms in and help them. And yeah, you can share your video, you can share your screen. Yeah, it's really nice. If
Very
you want to
cool.
connect with people, I also attended conferences in Gathertown.
Really?
Yeah, we had from the ISQOLS, the International Society of Quality of Life. They had a part of the conference in Gathertown. So we had booth where publishers and stuff like that, they sold books and subscriptions and stuff like that. You can have posters up where you yeah, you can have a poster and then talk about it. You do that on conferences. Scientists prepare a poster and they put it up, and then everybody can walk around and read the posters, and you can discuss what you found. So that's also possible in Gathertown. You can do all kinds of stuff.
And you can do it on phone, iPad, desktop, everything?
Desktop is better. They
Okay.
are working on tablet, but that's a bit yeah,
Okay.
not really good. It's better on laptop or desktop.
I will look into this, gang. It might be something fun and interesting and informative.
And
So
I want to help you out with that if you want to.
yeah, please, please. I never thought I'd have one of the greatest gratitude researchers on my show, and we're talking about video games,
And
but it's
it's
not
a
really a
bit of
video game, is
fun.
it?
It's a much more fun than Zoom or Teams or something.
That looks very similar to a game my children used to have. Theirs was penguin icon based. I think I know what that is.
Yeah.
Um, oh, Kirsten, she wants to know where the craft room is. She's a she's a member who loves to do quilting and crafting. Well, if we do
Oh,
this, we'll
that's
have to do the
possible.
craft room. Yeah. All right, gang. Well, we're
You
actually
can create a room and craft behind your desktop and talk to other people who are also doing crocheting or quilting or knitting or something.
that's a great idea. I really like it. I'm always looking for new ways to connect people, especially in the group. So we are ready to give away
Hmm,
a free copy of Lillian's book, A Search for Gratitude.
that's great.
Um, so good luck, everybody. Let's do this. I can't believe the hour's over already.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, good luck.
Oh, that's a
So
lot of
it is on
people.
Kindle or e-reader only, just so you know. So hopefully everybody who entered has one of those. Sarah Garrison, fantastic. Yes,
Congratulations.
congratulations, Sarah. You will love the book. Sarah loves books, and she will love this one too. So, um, Lillian, it has been such a pleasure having you here. Let me just show again your book, A Search for Gratitude, and you can find her. It's her website here, Lilian
Yes.
Jans-Beken.nl. You can choose English.
Pronounced that very well.
Thank you. I wrote it down the last time we met. Now it's funny because I'm vegan, so
Mhm.
but I do love bacon. I wasn't always vegan, so Yums bacon just kind of went well together. But yes, that was important to me that I pronounced it correctly. So thank you for being here. I actually haven't even announced this yet, but I'll use this opportunity. So I was going to tell you to come back, but I asked several women, a handful of women. So on September 21st, which is World Gratitude Day, Rather than me coming on my own solo broadcast, I am going to be hosting a roundtable, a virtual roundtable, Women of Gratitude. And Lilian has so kindly agreed to be a part of that, as
Yes.
is Dr. Carrie Howells for next week is going to be on it too. So
Oh, that's also a great guest. Don't miss out on that, everybody.
yes. Yes, I will be in touch, but it's going to be a really great discussion on gratitude, and I thank you. But besides that, I would love to have you back again to talk more about your work. I could talk to you even about the science part of it for several hours. So thank you for being here with us.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
Thank you, gang, for being here. Thank you for the special time. We had a great live audience at this special time, and I will see you next week at the regular time. And get your gratitude on. Peace and love. Bye, gang.
Bye bye.